All right guys, we're going to talk about getting more topspin on your forehand and backhand, and we're going to break it down by just looking at one element of your swing. So I'm not going to talk about anything but this one simple part, okay? So I don't care about the backhand, the back swing of your forehand or backhand, but when you start making that motion to go forward to the ball, there's got to be something that is very similar to what the pros do, okay? So what I see a lot is when we go forward to the ball, our racket handle and racket head are parallel to each other, meaning that we're pretty tight. Because if I have to be pretty tight to hold this position. Now, if I loosen up my grip, most of the weight is here, so it will naturally drop, and that's exactly the position the pros have when they're hitting their ground strokes. Okay, now I'm talking about like a normal ground stroke that they're trying to hit topspin. It's maybe waist high or so. Obviously this changes with different heights, but this is one that I would like you guys to work on, okay? So what I want you to do is kind of like break it down where you're watching, because it's really hard to take, like, okay, I'm gonna be loose, and you take swings and you're not looking behind you to see what's going on. So you could video yourself from the side, that works too, but I like to just have my students just hold the racket here, okay? And then they're gonna start going forward. So they can start their swing, they look, okay? And then they go forward, and then they make sure the racket, the butt of the racket is facing up over the fence a little bit. And they're in this position right here, and then they drop feed, and then they can come over the ball, and now they see that there's tons of spin and really loose. Notice my swing was not quick and jerky. It was very smooth. It was not a lot of force. I didn't feel anything, right? Like it wasn't like I was forcing this over. So I'm trying to take less tension on my arm as well. So again, I'm gonna do my back swing, whatever that looks like, doesn't matter. Go forward, make sure my racket handle is above the racket head, drop it, and then just go forward. Again, lots and lots of spin, felt great. So you gotta break that part down first. Then you can start going into maybe more of your swing. So whatever your backswing is, you can do that, and then you can feel the looseness. That ball had a ton of net clearance, and it still went in because I hit with a lot of topspin on that ball because of the looseness of my swing, which also adds racket head speed without having you to torque your forearm around and your wrist to make that happen, okay? So I want you to break it down, and you can watch video of yourself, compare it to some of the pros, and then go to your backhand too. So the backhand's very similar. I encourage a lot of players just to feed some left-handed forehands first. Put your non-dominant hand at the top, just like you would on a two-handed backhand, and just feel that this is the same thing. So the racket handle is facing up, and then I'm just gonna feel that nice feeling of the ball, get lots of spin with my racket coming over. I'm not forcing it. Might feel a little weaker, probably will, because it's your non-dominant hand, but that can get better because that's probably why we don't hit as much spin on the backhand. A lot of players don't. We just don't get to that position very well as we go forward. So you got to feel that drop and go through, and you'll see that all the pros do that on the backhand as well. The ones that hit better topspin, the better they drop it, okay? Now, obviously this is related to speed too. So if the ball's hit very fast at you, you're gonna just block the ball, right? You don't have time to drop and go through, but this is for the majority of your ground strokes. So I want you to try it out, and I'd love to hear from you. Shoot some comments below, and as always, guys, happy training.